What's going on, folks, and welcome to another Scum video. I hope you're all doing well. Thank you for your ongoing support on the channel. Really do appreciate it. If you do enjoy this video, don't forget to smash that thumbs up and maybe hit the subscribe button at the end and surprise me. I'd really appreciate it. So we're going on to the Scum patch. This is the 50th patch that they have done since the 29th of August 2018, last year. So as you can see, they've actually fixed a hell of a lot of bugs right here. There's a lot to go through, but I'm going to make it as short as possible for this video so I don't bore you guys too much. Now, the main thing on this bug fix is something that really is something that we've been looking forward to is fixed missing bases on server restarts. So basically what they've done is, I'm going to give you an example here with this blue line that you guys see. So for example, what the developers have done is they have set the time for the server to save things to about this time. So if you was to build anything after that, which would be this side, it wouldn't get saved. So what have they done now? They've extended the time that you can actually, that the actual server saves stuff to. So hopefully that little experiment that I just came up with helps to explain things. So what we're going to do is we're going to go through some of these bug fixes here. There's a lot here to actually check out, but like I said, guys, the main one is the fixed connection timeout bug and the server restart bug as well. Now, obviously the link is in the description down below, so you can go down there and check it out, or you could even pause the video for yourself. So we're going to have a look at the QOL additions. So this is the quality of life. So admin users can now enable God mode for their user ID in config using their user ID God mode. God mode means you can now build any blueprint without using materials. It does not grant invincibility. So that's pretty cool. So they can actually build stuff without having to spawn every individual item in. That's pretty cool. Doubled the hair and facial growth time. Added to show base flag area interaction as well. So they've added that stuff in. The optimizations, improved the anti-cheat system, reworked the base element saving to allow better server restarts and avoid database corruption, which basically means after stuff that you have built, which we was doing at the beginning of the stream with our funny blue line there, you are now going to actually have your stuff saved after a restart, because they've extended the time that stuff is saved rather than keeping the time to say that limit. They've now extended it so it saves everything that you build afterwards. Implemented better penis handling. Don't know about that. Don't really understand. Minor server optimizations, added first person in the run and stop animation. We'll check these ones out after, guys. We've now got a load of tights, so if anyone wants to wear these tights, like the Robin Hood stuff, you can actually go and wear this stuff now. And we're going to go into the game in a minute to show. I'm going to show you a lot of this stuff that we're actually going through, so please bear with me on this one. The targets, you've now actually got targets, so you can actually craft these as a blueprint in your crafting menu, in your base building menu. You can actually craft these to have these in your base as target practice, so you can actually work and practice from different distances with your compound bow or your other bows, cobra bows, whatever you want to use. We'll go into that a little bit after as well. Now you've got the aiming improvements, which we'll go through in a moment. You've got the aiming improvements, and we've got obviously the end comic here. So what we're going to do, we're going to jump straight into the game, and we're going to start going through these parts here, which is the aiming improvements. And there are some videos that I want to show you as well, and I'm going to show you in game too. Okay, let's get on the game. Okay, folks, what's up? Welcome to the game. Now, if you click tab, go into inventory, go into your crafting menu at the top there. Scroll all the way to the bottom, and on the bottom right hand side in your base building area, you will see the small targets. What we're going to do is we're going to place one of these targets. So don't forget, use your scroll wheel. So when you're actually building your base and you want to create your target practice area, especially if you want to master the archery, which you can easily do because now you can practice, make sure to use your scroll wheel and press F when you're ready to place it. Just like that. So what we're going to do is we're going to magically build this, and then we're going to give it a go. Okay, so we've now just made the target, and it looks really good actually. In fact, the textures do look really good for that. I quite like that. That's quite nice. So anyway, I've got the compound bow. We're gonna have a quick go at this. So if we just get our bow out, let's have a little look see. So what we're gonna do is we're just gonna aim and hold left control, fire. Was that a target? Oh, look at that! Right in. Oh, that was really close. That was really close. We'll have another go. Let's go really far away this time. Let's see what we got there. This is actually quite fun. Oh, like nearly right in the center. You can see though. I mean it works really well. And if I take out, wait, what am I doing? I don't want to destroy it. So let's take the arrows off, and we'll take that arrow off as well. Oh, I thought it would leave a hole in the center. It didn't. So guys, that's the archery side of things. We're now going to jump back, and we're going to have a little look-see at the new AK animations and how the red dot sights look and all that good stuff as well, okay? So let's jump straight into that next part of the update. Okay, folks, welcome back. We're going to be checking out the aiming improvements area. So what is this? Well, this is an awesome overhaul that was in the work for some time now. In this game, we really tend to go towards realism, and the current shooting mechanics felt a bit off. So an overhaul was made to implement the dynamic weapon movement in first person. Now, before we check that out, let's just have a little look-see in what they've written here. We added around 280 animations for hand weapon movement in first person, which includes gun sway when aiming around, strafing left and right, gun sway in iron sight mode, idle and walk in iron sight mode, weapon burst sway in iron sights mode as well. But we won't stop there. There is more in the works, and this awaits to be implemented soon. The change fire mode, the check fire mode, jump, raising weapon when close to an obstacle, change looking between iron sights and optics when weapon supports both, which means you can just swap between iron sights and the optics as well, depending on what optics you're using. Could be the red dot sight, could be the OKP. Dual magazines operating, yes, the duct tape magazines as well. So what we're going to do before we go down to the next part of... actually, we might as well read this now. To support the new dynamic weapon movement, we reworked the red dot and the holographic sights by adding a parallax effect to it. Now they behave more realistic and follow the direction where your weapon is pointed. So what we're going to do first, guys, we're going to go straight back into the game. I'm going to go and get an AK or something like that. We're going to load it up with some ammo, and then we're going to test out this some of these animations that they have changed. Let's go. Okay, so there's a few things that have been changed with the way the weapons work. The AK's been, it looks like the AK has been worked on more than other weapons, from what they say in the patches there. So I think it's going to sort of implement across the weapons eventually. So let's just check out some of the new movements and stuff. Let's reload the magazine first. And there is a difference there because they have been working with the Croatian army to work out exactly how these movements will work in real time, obviously, of how the Croatian army, for example, would reload a magazine, which is the way most people realistically would reload a magazine. So now we're going to check out what it looks like in first person, guys. Let's reload the magazine and see how it looks with the new animation. There you go, nice and fast, whereas before they did do it differently. So let's just have a quick look. We're going to check the parallax effect now, guys. So if you're looking through the red dot sight, as you can see there, you can see the way the red dot moves. So if you were to zoom in a bit, you can see it even more, the way the red dot moves. There is a bit of ghost in there, not sure why. Not sure if that's normal. I don't think it is. That might be something that needs to be slightly fixed, I'm not sure. But you can see the parallax effect there with the way it works. Now, obviously, while I'm walking, you've got the new walking animation in first person as well. So you guys can see that, which looks pretty cool to say the least. So you've got that realistic sort of movement as you're walking through. And you can see the red dot come to light as you look through it like this. So the realism is there pretty much. You can see how that works. And they've got that pretty much on point to say the least, because I've used red dots before in real world, and that is how they would look. So what we're going to do is we're going to take off... well, actually, before we do that, we're going to go into burst mode. So let's just have a little look-see here. So what are we actually on? So let's go to burst fire. Okay, that was burst fire. And for single shot, let's just go into our menu. Let's go into the menu here, and let's just reload a magazine. There we go. So let's just reload that. And we're going to go into single fire. Oh, there we go. And now we're going to go and take the sight off because it has changed for the burst fire as well. So as you can see, it has changed for when you're walking as well at the same time. So if we just go for a slow walk there, you can see the way the weapon moves with the body. It sort of brings a little bit more realism to how the body moves and how the weapon handles while you're holding it. So let's go to fully automatic. You can see that there as well. When you turn, you see that the back end of the rifle does turn naturally as the front would lean towards the target. So you do have that realistic movement there, which is very impressive to say the least. So let's have a little look-see. And we're out of ammo. There we go, we just reload one. So as you can see, some of the animations there have changed. It might not be an amazing difference, but there is definitely a difference to how the scopes work with the parallax effect, with the red dots, etc. That will work over all red dots, including the OKP sight. In fact, what I'm going to do, I'm just going to very quickly spawn in the OKP sight. There we go. There's the OKP holographic sight. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to whack that on the weapon. And you can see here with the OKP, it does work in that respect as well. They have made the OKP sight look a little bit more, obviously it's less reflective, it's not usually completely see-through, but, or completely like clear glass, you know, like clear, whatever materials they use. It's actually, it would actually be slightly tinted, but you can see they've changed it, but you can see the parallax effect working there with the OKP sight as well, okay? So checking out the idle animation, so if we just check out how it looks standing still right there, you can see there is some form of movement. Kind of goes with the breathing of the character as well, so you've got that realism to it. It just all adds to the immersive experience, I think, but they're going to be working on more of the weapon handling systems and stuff like this. I want to test something. I'm going to test something because we're going to go for a run now. We're going to really get our character all puffed out, and we're going to see how much that shakes on the animations, on the idle animation. So let's just have a quick run. What we're going to do is we're just going to keep going until he actually runs out, starts to run out of breath. Okay, it doesn't really change. That's actually quite surprising, because if you was to hold control there to hold your breath, pretty much stays right on target, as you guys can see there. Okay, so what we're going to do now, guys, we're going to check out these videos that the devs have put onto the update. And as I said, the link is down below, so you guys can go and check that out as well and go through it in your own time. So we're going to go check out the videos that they have uploaded of the old and new animations side by side. So to support the new dynamic weapon movement, we reworked the red dot and holographic sights by adding a parallax effect to it. Now they behave more realistic and follow the direction where the weapon is pointed. Let's check out the video to see how it looks from the old and new animations. Now I know the quality isn't absolutely amazing, guys, by any standard, but this is what we have here. So here's the parallax effect for the new animations for the red dot sights. So you can see there that it does add a little bit more realism to the weapon itself. So the next video we're going to check out is we are raising the standards, so we started replacing all hand animated weapon handling animations with motion capture animations that will be recorded with the help of Croatian army weapon specialists. So expect that in the future. For now, all AK-47 animations have been replaced to match new standards. So the AK-47 is up there right now with the new animations, etc., and all the other weapons will follow. So let's have a little look-see at the video for the weapon handling animations that they have done with the motion capture. So you can see side by side here, guys, that you will see the old and new animation of reloading. So watch the first one on the left first, just have a quick look, and you'll see that he does it all with his left hand. So he's actually doing it much faster than he does on the left side. He's actually doing it more efficiently on the right hand side, which by any military standard would be obviously more practical to use out in the field, etc. So by using the Croatian army, that's actually pretty interesting. That's pretty interesting to say the least, actually. And as you can see here, guys, in third person, this is the animations from old to new. So that brings the video to the end there, guys. I hope you did enjoy it. If you did, please throw a like, throw a subscribe, and maybe leave us a comment. Even though these content updates are very important, the bug fixes are more important, because the smaller things make the biggest difference in the game. It's all about the immersive experience as well, especially with the base building feature and the previous bugs it's had over the last while. But they have now fixed the bases not spawning all the new items being built in after you've built them, because they have now set the timer to a long time to actually save everything on the server, because they had it set too little because they didn't realize how many items were going to be on the servers, and there are a lot. So guys, don't forget to check out the description for that link there, and I'll catch you guys either in the next stream tomorrow or I'll catch you in the next video. Stay safe, peace out, and have a good weekend, guys.